We're going to cover the first section of Seisan, okay? So the first section of Seisan will be, we come out, kamae, punch here, punch here, punch here, and to here, okay? So that's what we'll basically cover techniques for today, okay? So I've got Wired here helping me, all right? So we're going to start, back up just a little bit, okay? So Wired will be in a fighting stance, okay? A little bit more natural position as opposed to starting like a karate type stance. No one attacks you like that, all right? So what you want to understand is most of the things we do in kata take the middle. So you'll see almost everything's the middle, right? But this action here, right, doesn't mean this can't come up high, okay? In the kata we're doing here, but again, in the actual fight, you adjust the techniques so that they work in the actual fight. So when his punch is coming in, if he's throwing that punch, right, this hand just comes up and just gently deflects it, okay? Once it deflects, now I can fire my punches. In this case would be 3 punches coming a strike. So as Wyatt comes in, I'm here, and this is right here, okay? So once I strike here, now I can follow up with my 3 punches, right? We want to try to create as many different techniques and come up with as many different possibilities as we can. We don't want to limit ourselves. So one of my teachers said to me a long time ago, to reach high levels of martial arts, you have to have a vivid imagination, all right? So you have to figure. Now, some techniques you're going to try, you're not going to like. And you're going to say, okay, that would never, ever work, right? But other techniques, you may say, oh, that's okay. You may not like it that much. But for one of your students, they may really like that technique. So that's the other thing. You don't know. It can't just be the techniques that work great for you. You have to know a lot of techniques because you don't know what's going to work for the various students you have in your dojo because different heights, weights, ages, everything, all right? So Wyatt grabs me here, right? So I'm going to come here. As I come here, this arm's going to come here. As it comes around, I'm going to here. And now I'm in my, don't move, stay there. I'm in my Seisan position, right? I'm in my Seisan position. Now as I do this, this pushes down, and now this becomes my punch. And when I punch, obviously I have his arm, and now I can break his shoulder. I'm going to pick up, right? As I pick up, I'm going to hit him the 3 punches. Then this is going to come up and strike him. So this is this technique, right? Right? So this is here. I'm going to seize here, right? Once I'm here, I'm going to step here, and I'm going to drive him to the ground. Once he's on the ground, I have a control here. I can break his elbow right here with my knee, okay? Now I have a shuto strike. I can shuto to the ribs, shuto to the face. Experiment. I'm not saying these are the only techniques. I'm not saying these are the best techniques, right? I'm just trying to give you a lot of things to get those creative juices flowing and try to understand the kata as deeply as possible. Recently I read Patrick McCarthy's book on Kion Chotoku, and it said he had students work on Seisan from I think it was 2 to 5 years, all right? And people were like, oh my God, 3 years or 2 years, one kata. He'd only make them do Seisan like that. But in those 2 to 5 years, it wasn't just the kata. He was having them practice everything from the kata, fighting techniques from the kata, makiwara, okay, hojo undo, everything, right? And then, the rest of the kata after that, he'd teach them kind of quickly because they had such a solid foundation. So again, figuring out bunkai and the techniques that come from bunkai, right, is very important. Just doing the kata is not going to teach you so much. It'll teach you how to move, and you can work on power, all right? But you've got to figure out how to take the template that the kata is and bring that into actual fighting, all right, and figure things out. And again, you want to try as many different techniques as you can to figure it out, all right? So have fun with this, and I'll see you in the next video.